This is the real me. This all I got. This all I got. I can't go back, no. I can't hold back. This is the real me. This all I got. This all I got. I can't go back, no.
Welcome to the Good Vibes Only podcast with the greater vibes on anywhere. So sit back and rewind and take your mind for a little bit of time and enjoy. Today's podcast is about good fun. Now I know we've been sneezing, motherfucker. I know we've been having we've been having some good topics, some serious topics and stuff like that. So I want to take a little load out. I want to I want to just get someone who's not who's just fun. This dude that I'm having in my podcast, he's very fun. He's known for being a party goer, and he's known for being he's also known for throwing up in your car. You never know. So so with that
Oh
being
man,
so with that being said, Mr. Wave.
hey, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? What's going on with you, Zavon?
Nothing much. So whenever I do these podcasts, I always like introduce the guests, but I also like to give the guests the opportunity to introduce themselves, just in case I disrespected your whole lineage by not looking up everything, and I just didn't do the
Uh,
research. So with that being said, I'm gonna shut my mouth and I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
all right, what's going on, y'all? It's Mr. Wave, aka Splash. But I am just a guy, man. Just a regular person, regular human being that enjoys life, man. Try to have fun when I can. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said before, life is very serious all the time, man. And sometimes you gotta let your hair down. Cut loose sometimes, and might even throw up in a friend's car, but you never know.
You never know. You never know. That'll be $39.99 while you're playing. Anyway, no, I'm
You
kidding.
know what I'm saying? When the Henny's in the system. No.
It happened. It happened. No. So
Yeah.
so you want to tell the story, or do I? Or can I tell the story? What you want?
I mean, we could
All right.
take turns on the story, man. It doesn't matter.
So I wasn't there. So I'm just gonna tell the part that I know. He got fucked up. That's the part I know.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the part.
Definitely.
The part I know is that he got messed up. My wife tried to take him somewhere, in our car, and he tried to open the door, but I guess the door he lost.
Yeah.
He and the door got in a fight with each other, and he lost, and it ended up in the
Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, because I'm pretty sure that's not. That can't if that's the craziest place you ever threw up. I swear to God, we scrap it up. So what is the so speaking of good fun, what is the like? What is the name? Can you name a time where you think you went too far with the having fun? Name a time where you think you like, all right, I'm having a little too much fun right now.
uh, all right. So one of the times I could say where I OD'd on fun was actually the Hennessy crawl, man. It's been a while, since I really just went out and partied like that.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm also a vet. I spent some time in Fort Bragg out in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Oh.
Definitely had more than my fair share of fun. And then I was also stationed at Fort Meade in Maryland, which is like 45 minutes between DC
Yeah.
and Baltimore, either direction. And I'm from a small town in Louisiana, so like I was turned out, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And the that type of turn up was something very new to me. So yeah, I'd probably say the Hennessy crawl when I met your wife Jessica for the first time. Because I was drinking as if I was in my early 20s or even mid 20s, but at my big age now, you know what I'm saying? I can't really handle all that like that no more. You know what I'm saying? I say that for the younger cats, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I probably say that's why I had a little too much fun. It was a great time up until I started wrestling with your door in your car. But before that, everything was pretty smooth, man. Nice, nice drinks, a lot of fun, a lot of dancing and everything like that. It was cool. But yeah, I definitely went overboard with that Hennessy. You know what I'm saying? Had so many drinks. Everything was good. Everything looked good, and yeah, so
Yeah.
that was my mistake. You know. So,
Listen, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. I'm not a, I'm
mhm,
not a, I'm not a. So I will say like mine is like I don't drink. I drink
mhm,
on occasions, like if the occasion like rises, I'll drink. But I really did stop drinking like my first year of being in the army because I used to hang out with my platoon, with my section, a lot,
mhm,
and oh my god, they used to. So because I wasn't an avid drinker and I used to like go to the house and I used to be like sipping and I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna just have the same cup and hopefully they don't realize it for like the whole night. Well,
right.
they realized it because I just had like pure Jack and Coke because that was my drink of choice, right? So ever
Uh,
since that day, they figured it out. I showed up one day and I was like, hey, you're not gonna be babysitting today. You're gonna drink this whole
mhm.
entire cup or else we ain't starting this party. And I'm like, there's like 16, 17 people there, and I'm like, well, I'll see you later. I'm not good. I don't fall under peer pressure. So everybody was like, come on, just please, just please. I'm like, yeah, that's a better word. So they said, please. I was like, all right, cool. I'll take it. So
uh,
I drank the whole like thing. It was a bottle like half the size of this bottle. It was like a bottle half the size of this thing, and they wanted me to take
uh,
the whole thing. And I'm like, all right,
oh,
cool.
geez.
So I took the whole thing, right?
Mm.
Well, I just told you I don't drink. So within like 30 minutes, I was gone. I was gone.
Yeah,
And
room spinning, huh?
the room was spinning. I was feeling good and everything. And for the people out there that don't know, I'm really good at freestyling. And my form of freestyling that I started freestyling with was picking on people. Was like battle rapping
Mhm.
people. That's what I grew up in the good battle rapping days. That
Right.
Arsenal, the shoddy horror
Yeah.
type
The
age.
URL time.
Yeah, the big URL types. When we
Yeah.
used to get like a
Yeah.
100 million views on each video. So I grew up in
Mm.
that. So we were just doing that. And my man, I was at this man's house. He was like, "Hey, pick on my wife." And they wanted me to pick on everybody, but he was like,
Uh,
start with my wife because the way she was set up, it was his wife, him, and he was just like, go from your wife to on over. So I called his wife the Grinch. I said she had a misformed nose. I said she had a big ass head. I said she looked
oh
like a
Lord.
Fortnite character. I was
Cooking her,
gone.
huh?
I cooked her for I cooked her so much you could see him getting mad. And that's when I was like, I'm gonna
Uh,
start cooking you. So I started cooking him.
right. Uh,
I cooked him about 10 minutes and then I went on somebody else and this other dude, like he was dating this girl he ain't never seen and I was just picking on him about it. I was just picking on him. I was
mm,
just picking on him about it, and he was not having it. I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure after that night, I can understand why they only invited me to the big things and not to like every event. So
right.
I was like, but my thing is if you invite me and you know that I'm good at this thing and you know that I just be picking on people for no apparent reason, why tell me to pick on people? Why would you choose your
Right.
death? You chose this. You chose this, not me. You
Right. You
chose it.
asked for it.
You asked for it. So, so that leads me to my next thing. And speaking of good fun, right? Good fun.
Mm.
So, what is like one of the things that you deemed as fun, like growing up? Like, what are your funnest memories growing up?
Oh man. Jeez. That's a plethora of things, man. I've led a pretty fun life for the most part, man. But one of the funnest things I can remember growing up is being out in the neighborhood that I grew up in. There was a park down the street,
Yeah.
And in the middle of it being while it was under construction and everything like that, you know those big white barrels that they have or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, being a kid, me and my cousins getting in it, and then someone on the outside and like pushing it and rolling it, like very unsafe. You know what I'm saying? But like nobody got hurt, and it was always a great time. You know what I'm saying? So most of my time was spent like in my grandparents' neighborhood, and I had some cousins and a lot of friends out there that we did our things as children, things that children can't do these days. You know what I'm saying? Because
For real.
yeah, you know. But yeah, that was probably like a lot of fun. I had as a kid. Excuse me. I had as a kid. But yeah.
I grew up in that age. Maybe this is like showing my age. I'm 25. I don't care. Maybe this is like
Uh,
showing my younger age. But I grew up in the age of kids. Like I'm pretty sure I almost died with every. I'm pretty sure with the things that we had in our playground. You growing up when I was younger, you don't really be realizing how dangerous this stuff is until you get older and you realize how hard this is and how agile you were at that time. You were just having fun,
yeah.
right? It's like the monkey bars are like they're so
Uh,
dangerous. And then there's this like little dome. I don't know if anybody remembers. There's like this little dome, and it was just like made out of metal bars, right? It was just like made out of metal bars,
yeah,
and
the
then to
Jungle
its
Gym.
the jungle gym, right? The jungle gym. As
Yeah,
I got
my
older, I
favorites.
realized that was oh, that was dangerous. The jungle gym was so dangerous.
Uh,
The monkey bars were dangerous. Our playground sets were dangerous. The little whirly stuff, little twirly stuff, that looked like little DNA that used to go up and down. That was dangerous.
yeah.
Whenever I got older, I was like, and then my favorite thing, and it was to me the most dangerous thing, the merry-go-round. Let me
Oh man. Whew, an
the
old school merry-go-round.
that merry-go-round because it always be the kids with the anger issues spinning. It
Yeah,
always be the
it's
kids.
been hard as hell.
It's just yeah. This is from a mom. This is from a mom whooping me last night. Ugh. This is for my
Right.
dad. This is for my dad neglection. Ugh. I'm like, wait. I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm like,
Yeah,
how?
yeah. They definitely had a lot of misplaced anger.
I'm like, and they used to go. They used to be like, go, and then we used to be doing like the worst thing possible as kids. Also, we used to like get everybody off of the thing, like kick
Hmm.
everybody off, right? And you probably know where I'm going with this. Kick everybody off, spin it as fast as it can go,
Yeah,
spin it as
yeah.
fast as it can go, and then you, as a kid, a little kid, you gonna try to jump in whenever you had to, whenever you
Oh
see
man,
the
that was one
hole.
of the funnest things to do at the playground.
You had to,
That was
yeah,
that was probably number one. That was probably the number one thing to do at the playground. That was a great time, man.
for real.
You know, the more unsafe, the better.
I was like sitting here. I remember one day. And that also leads me to my this memory leads me to my this memory leads me to my next question. So I remember like legit like trying to like be this person where you ever play like cops and robbers. So
Yeah.
we used to live in this this trailer park. We used to live in this trailer park, and it was so fun because I doubt to me that was like that was the funnest time. To me, that was the funnest time of my life. To me, I loved living in a
Mhm.
trailer park. It was like in the country, and it was like the trailer,
Mhm.
but it was still a trailer park. So I was like, I was happy because it was so peaceful at nighttime. It was so black, and I liked it goes. But that's besides the point. We used to play cops and robbers, and basically just run around the house. And I remember my sister was horrible. My sister was like, she was a horrible human being. And let me tell you why. We had a wasp nest like beside the door, right?
Uh-huh.
We had a wasp nest beside the door. My sister was carrying a stick because she was the last she was the last robber, right? She was the last
Hmm.
robber. She was carrying a long stick and she was just running. She decided that she was going to take the stick and hit the wasp nest and keep running.
Hey, look. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when you got 5 stars on you, look.
You got to do what you got to do to get them 5 stars off you.
Yeah,
I'm like,
right.
my mom has 5 kids. It was 4-on-1. She was like, "You not catching me." She put them
Uh,
wasp nests down. We saw them come down. We ran the other way. She ran that way. She ran to the safe spot. I was like, "I hate you."
uh,
it was like, why would you do that? Why would you
oh
do
man,
that?
brilliant, brilliant.
Brilliance. Just straight brilliance. Just straight brilliance.
Uh,
So that leads me into my next question, right? So when it
mm,
comes to like fun, I remember fun being like you could just go outside, you could figure out something to do. It wasn't hard when I was younger trying to find something fun
right.
today. The game system, I had to like work my way up into the game system and all this other stuff. So
Hmm.
like the outside was like more fun than the outside was more fun than the computer or like the phone or whatever the game system was until they made
Hmm.
Nintendo 64. But so how do you feel fun has changed in a sense, in a general sense, from before where it was just like, hey, go outside, this is a pretty ass leaf, let me see what I can make this leaf into, to now.
Uh, okay. So, being a father of two, I have a 9-year-old and a 2-year-old,
Mhm.
and mostly with my 9-year-old, they're definitely addicted to YouTube, a lot of phones, tablets, a lot of things I didn't grow up with, the video games and everything. I had video games every now and then, but like you said, man, it was all about the outside, like
Yeah.
crazy adventures. And like I mentioned before, I was doing things that kids today can't really do because the world is unsafe. It's a crazy place, and I feel like technology has helped it become a crazier place,
Ooh.
versus doing as much good as it could do because there's a lot of bad people in the world and they take advantage of these things. But I was able to travel around the town, on foot on my bikes, you know what I'm saying, and like maybe call home if my mom was home, or if she wouldn't at work or anything, and like, yeah, I'm going over to my cousin's house that live across town. So I just don't feel like kids do things like that anymore. I don't feel like they're able to do things like that anymore,
Yeah.
because
It's a
growing
different
up, it
world.
was, yeah, yeah, especially like during the summertime,
Yeah.
you go outside around like noon after breakfast, maybe knock out a couple chores, and you're not coming in until like the street lights on.
So if you
Maybe.
come in this house, if you come in this house, she like, come on.
Right. Right, and that's a maybe, you know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
depending on where I was at, if I was visiting family in the country, I'm outside trying to catch fireflies,
Oh my god.
and I just feel like, there's a disconnect, with children in like the outside world. Everything is YouTube, video games, for older children, TikTok, maybe Instagram, social media, and everything like that. Which is all well and good, but I just feel like, people should be outside some more, touching grass,
Yeah.
fall, get scraped up, you know what I mean? Try to
Yeah.
build a ramp with a bike, do some BMX type things, you know what I'm saying? And mess yourself up one good time for one time,
Just, get a little
But
something, get a little scratch, get some,
right,
get some stiffness, something.
right.
Get stiff, get some stiffness or something. I don't know what you got to do. You got to do something. Now I actually would 100% agree with you because and to me when it comes for me, I can understand the new age of having fun. It's like, hey, I don't have to go out and imagine or try to make this or make that or something like that.
Mm,
I could just like, hey, look up this YouTube video and do something like that. And even if I wanted to like make it, I don't actually have to like be innovative and like try to figure it out using my environment. I'm gonna just go on YouTube. How do I make this? All right, cool. I done
Yeah.
learn how to make this. Now me making this is also a TikTok. So now you just use two apps to do this one thing, and then
Right.
once I use this TikTok, I gotta tell you about what I just did and show it off in a picture on Instagram. So now I just did three apps.
Right.
So it takes away. It kind of takes away from the actual fun. I get the new
Yeah.
age because in all honesty, in my experience, if what we have, if what we have today, if we had it back then, I'm pretty sure it would be the same type way. In all honesty,
Yeah.
the generation before me, and the generation, my generation as well, but the generation before me, look, yeah, y'all would have had some issues. So
Right.
I think for a factor of like having fun, there are some
Mm.
things that I feel like have been taken out. Like, all right, cool, you can't do this. You can't say this. I can't say this. I can't put this out. I can't have this opinion. I can't have that opinion. I think that part of like just being free or having fun has been taken out of what I think the internet could be. Is like, all right, just express yourself, be yourself. We have opinions. Show me your opinions, stuff like that. But nowadays, you just
Mhm.
can't say you can't. Not today. I can't call you Mr. Wave. I might get canceled for the word Mr. I might get canceled. This is my last episode, guys. Anyway, no, no, but
Yeah.
that leads me into my last thing, right?
Okay.
During these podcasts, I like to give people a chance to speak wisdom, right, or speak like what you feel into it. So it don't have to be about the podcast, but it doesn't have to be about fun. It could be about anything that you want to tell the people. So is there anything that you want to tell the people before we get out of here?
So a couple of things actually to kind of caveat off of what you were saying, like what technology has done and everything like that to this generation of children, and not even just children, but adults as well. A lot of millennials, and the older generation Z. It kind of takes people from living in the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just capturing everything that they're doing and letting it be a memory because now it's like I'm breathing, it's content. I'm brushing my teeth, it's content.
Mm-hmm.
Spending time with family, content. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Going out with friends, it's content, 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 content. And I get it, you know what I mean? Because like it's a way for people to make money, and some people just find it entertaining. But I feel like a lot of people don't know how to live in the moment anymore. You know,
I agree.
uh, sometimes I feel like I miss like a lot of pictures and videos, but
Uh-huh.
I will say I'm having fun in the moment and I'm truly enjoying it to my heart's content. Um, and then also the thing with the being canceled thing and everything and not being able to do or say certain things or whatever on social media. I really feel like people should live their lives how they feel and whatever opinions or thoughts they may have. Just do you.
Yeah.
Always do you. As long as you ain't out here hurting anybody, and by hurting I mean physically, or just outright being rude to people, then I mean, live your life. Because, like we live in America, right? America is basically the empire, the leading forefront of the world, right?
Yeah.
And America is a melting pot. And it has a lot of people here with different religions, upbringings, different backgrounds, and everything like that. So everybody's gonna have the different opinions and everything. Because if we're all thinking the same, that's it's gonna be a pretty boring world, you know.
Yeah.
So
So I definitely agree with that. Just yeah, just open minded. I think
yeah,
I think that's a good. I think that's a good. I think that's a good lesson. Please take that lesson because this is. I feel like the world would be a lot better, a lot easier. It didn't have to be. It didn't have to be this hard. So
absolutely.
with that being said, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank all the viewers for being here. I want to thank my guest, Mr. Wade, for being here. It's that splat. All right, had to say it one time. It's that
It's that
splat. Exactly. I want to thank all my guests. I want
Right.
to thank all my viewers for being here. And until next time, much love, peace, and soul food, baby. Bye.
All right, y'all be smooth.